don't gotta do it if you don't want to. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. It's just a suggestion. Come on. Welcome back to the ConverSAYtion.
This is our last episode ever.
I thought it would be nice to let my hair out, and Psych didn't agree.
Let your hair down.
Yeah, out, down, up, around. So last time on the ConverSAYtion, we spent time talking about random stuff that ChatGPT said was popular in the moment. We're going to continue that today.
Thank you.
Oh, you're my pleasure. We're so stupid. And we're going to continue that today. And in continuing with our theme, we're continuing to drink wine. It's a different wine today. Today it's acclaimed, which is a Napa Valley wine by Precision Wines.
And we live in California, and Napa is just a stone's throw away.
I'm sure another Costco wine. I bought both these wines for the last two episodes at Costco. So probably everybody gets these wines.
No, not all Costco's are the same. No.
Why not?
It's regional. It's what they can get at that product's best, right? So if for example, if produce from Nicaragua is great there, they're not shipping it all the way over there to sell at Costco.
Can I say you know very little about how groceries work?
Tell me a grocery story again, please.
Sure thing, Lenny. So, in reality is, there's no fucking wine in Nebraska, so they're shipping all the wine to Nebraska, and it's coming from the Napa Valley.
Okay, so wine aside, but not every... So, Costco's in Korea and Japan and China are different than ours.
Are you comparing Japan's Costco to the breadth of the United States?
Have you explored Japan's Costco?
Can we keep it to the United States?
No, we cannot.
So where we live in the Central Valley of California, it used to be the asparagus capital of the world.
Oh, yes.
It's no longer such.
I know. So sad.
Even us, we get all of our asparagus from Argentina.
Mm.
So does Nebraska.
It's a great shame.
Just like the wine. So there's no concept of regional produce anymore at a macro scale like Costco. Your argument is not valid. You Google it. Go fact check me. I don't care. Anyway, Precision Wines.
Do you think they have Napa Valley wines in China, Korea?
Fuck yeah, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to find out.
During the course of this episode, I will look that up because, hey, this is a real philosophical moment.
And I will which we did not expect to happen.
I'll get to the wine. And I'll look up who said this, but I read recently that a CEO of a company said, talk like you're right, listen like you're wrong. And that's a really good thing to say. So, hey, you may be right. I may be wrong. Probably not. However, if you just assume you are always right, you do not have the potential for growth. You don't have the capacity for it. You don't have the understanding that you may be wrong, that your perceptions of the world views that you hold dear may be incorrect. Listen like you're wrong. And then fucking Google it, because we live in a world where all the answers are at our fingertips. Precision Wines present a distinguished and diverse collection. Each wine is made with meticulous attention to detail and a commitment to quality, blah, blah, blah. Their about is not as interesting as the Portuguese wine that we had last episode, However, Precision Wines made the wine that we're drinking today. It's from Napa Valley. Welcome back to the ConverSAYtion podcast. I am letter K. With me, as always, is Psych, who, as an honorary member of the Goonies, will never die. Now that you're on the internet, it's true. It's true. We're continuing the conversation today about the most popular things in the moment. According to ChatGPT, we've already talked about AI-generated content and creativity. We've already talked about holiday inclusivity. I have a couple of things to add to what we offered last time. So continuing with sustainability trends, eco-friendly holiday shopping, renewable energy, and such. We also have ethical holiday shopping. A lot of ethics in cultural norms. I see. Social media and mental health is also on the list still. We're adding to the list today pop culture hits.
Oh, okay.
It gives examples of things I've never encountered. Oh, I have. Huh. And it says shows like The Amazing Digital Circus, which I've never heard of. Yeah, your expression. And Has Been Hotel are dominating conversations about their unique storylines. Never seen these. Might be interesting to check those out. Or you could discuss high potential. ChatGPT. Or you could discuss high potential, something you're already familiar with. It knows that I'm watching High Potential, which is a great. So I love serial murder mysteries. Letter K loves murder mysteries from start to finish, from the beginnings of time to the ends of contemporary. High Potential is a great show, by the way. Anyway, and climate action. Climate action's on there. So, Psych, can you select one of those? Would you like to kick off while I
Oh my.
while I
All
just
right.
fan my hair out?
For the fans at home, we will vacuum, dust, lint roll. Can we pause this?
No,
Can we pause?
of course not. Do I need to put my hair back up?
Just don't do that.
It's
Just
too
don't-
late.
No,
No.
don't.
It's not don't, it's stop doing that because I've already done it.
Discontinue.
Yes.
There we are. We agree.
Okay.
Okay.
This is good. I honestly, I think I like the Portuguese one better.
So I am still stuck on your quote. Talk like you are right. Listen like you are wrong.
So
That's amazing. That's good. And that's memorable. Talk like you are right. Listen like you are wrong. Okay. Pop culture hits? No. Not interested. Has been a show. High potential.
Adam Grant,
Mm.
a renowned organizational psychologist and author.
Sounds like a psychologist.
Yes. It aligns closely with themes he explores in his book Origins, which encourages individuals to confidently express their ideas while remaining open to criticism and alternative viewpoints. This is very Socratic method.
Yeah.
Asking questions instead of inferring answers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's start with climate.
Let's go to the bottom, please.
So, going through school. Long time ago.
It's not that long ago. You ain't that old. Calm down.
We had global warming.
Yes, now it's climate change.
Global warming, rebranded as climate change.
Not politically actionable enough.
In between that rebranding was the inconvenient truth with Al Gore. Not to get political at all.
Let's get political. You did it.
I
You
don't.
called
I don't. No, it's not politicized, although we could make it that. But that particular documentary, very few, if any, of those predictions actually happened. They didn't happen. Okay, so daily living in everyday life, I'm looking at what's practical. Okay, if you tell me you're vegan,
I'm vegan.
what shoes is he wearing? Do you have leather shoes?
No, you can't. You're not, because I'm vegan.
If you tell me you are trying to save the planet and you have solar panels on your car, all right, great. What do you drive? Oh, well, I have a pickup truck.
A 1974 Ford Courier.
Or, for example, if, let's say, you don't want to invest or participate in anything fossil fuels at all. All right. Do you have any plastics in your home?
Have you ever heard the joke that because most of electricity is generated by coal or some kind of burning, that anybody who has an electric car is just pretending?
Yes. So that is true. Most of the Tesla superchargers are in fact powered by coal.
Mm.
And even if it weren't, all of the minerals and rare earth minerals and everything that's deep within the ground was excavated by fossil fuel. And then it was shipped with planes and trains and automobiles
and John candies
and boats all the way across the planet to get to you with fossil fuels. So how do you balance that?
I think that it's a feel-good concept at this point in our lives. I am doing my best to save the planet because I have solar panels, and because I'm using an electric car, and because I am growing my own organic produce in my backyard. The reality of it is that we're not quite there yet. And while you can incrementally...
Okay, I'm going to stop you.
Just stop me. My statement was going to be prolific. Now I can't remember what I was saying.
Yeah. Where is there? There. Where is there?
There.
You said we're not there yet.
We are not THEIR. How's that? There. We are not there yet, where we are at a place where fusion has created a point where we're inventing more energy than we are expelling.
You're talking nuclear
fusion.
So in California, Google is requesting, they're asking for that option.
You know that I worked where they created
it happens.
Where they created nuclear fusion for the first time.
I know.
Earlier this year.
Yes.
It's not there yet. Give it 20 years. Everyone has free shit for energy. However, now we're still living where we're at. But this creates a larger conversation. We are a capitalist society. We have created this whole world around the burning of fossil fuels. When nuclear fusion is a regular household thing, or it's available, how long before we can comfortably eliminate all of these industries surrounded around fossil fuel generation so that we can all have free energy?
Yes, that is what most people the people that are the custodians of those fields, That's their fear,
If you're thinking
right?
rationally, yes.
I don't need to have Chevron anymore.
No.
I'm not monitoring BP anymore. What do I do?
The oil industry is massive. We have an entire subset of our stock market designed to watch oil production.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when that's no longer necessary? When we don't have to?
Saudi Arabia?
And I guarantee you, the quadrillionaires are not going to let that die without a fight.
There's going to be far less princes in the future.
Well, I mean, if they engaged in basic bond marketing based on the fact that they all have trillions of dollars, they should be okay.
So, yeah, day-to-day climate. All right. If you really believe this, and a lot of people say it, and they want to, okay, are you recycling?
I am. I love recycling.
You are. I know, but the average person.
It's so much fun.
The average person.
They give you a bin to do it. Throw your shit in there. And they take it.
But they don't. Or do you have compost? Are you?
So kind of fun. So Jim's son's spouse is a bioengineer. Brilliant person. They're brilliant. The last time we got together, I asked them about what they were doing, right? What they were doing. Because I knew they had found a job at UC Davis or some such. UC something or other. And they were talking about how they were developing these like worm boxes to give to households to compost. I mean, yes.
That's old.
No, but
it's been around a while.
Yeah, no, it's been around. No, so,
I had one out here.
Yeah, calm down. My aunt and uncle, when I was a kid, had one in their backyard in Oregon. But we're talking about contemporizing the concept, putting it in households. Not just you, not just my aunt and uncle, my hippies, aunt and uncle, everybody. No, you're talking about, so it's not old news.
It is.
No.
It's been around a while.
No, it's not. Yes. But how many ideas? Think about Tesla, Nikola Tesla, and how old his ideas for energy are. And now we're starting to embrace those concepts. So your argument's invalid. So
no, it's not, because his ideas. Do you know how many patents he owned?
That's not. You're missing the relevance of my.
No, but all of his ideas were suppressed because.
Yeah, I get it. Business, but same thing with composting. It's a business acumen, and now we're at a point where we're starting to talk about contemporizing the idea.
I think it's just more. It's become more popular or trending. That's all. I mean, well, that's what we're given. That's what you asked for.
What is popularity? But
when 51% or when 50.5% of the population agrees.
Yes. But we have so I would argue that 51% of the population does not agree that composting is viable or necessary now.
Yes.
However, we live in a culture where it is an idea that can be resurfaced and reimagined and represented.
All right. Worms aside, both of my sisters went to UC Davis.
So did my mom.
Yes. They went there, and I've been there many times, and I know people that have worked there, gone to school there, and currently teach there. And I have practiced, at least to the degree that you have prescribed or at least outlined here. And my apologies to Jim's
son's spouse.
Yes. This is old news and potentially a dead end.
I disagree. I disagree because ideas are brilliant at a time, not necessarily when they are relevant. That's a pretty good period.
I disagree with you.
So that's fine. That's fine. Let your hair out, bro. Let's talk about this like men.
My hair is extravagant.
It is, and we can't see it because it's pulled up in the back of your head. Okay, so let's talk about
Composting, worms.
I kind of think it's fun. I think it's a fun idea, and I think that it has relevant value. So my cousin, let's just fucking keep talking about this. My cousin, when he was alive, worked for the state government agency that manages garbage dumps, right?
All right.
And-
Landfills.
Huh? Yeah.
Landfills.
Landfills, yes, landfills. And his job was to catalog the methane
Okay.
growth
Yeah.
in landfills. We all know, or some of us know, that methane generates naturally in landfills. However, what causes the methane? Is it organics? I'm not sure. Maybe ask.
It's a gas. And it can...
Thank you, Bill Nye.
It's a gas, and yes, it can... Well, many cattle fields, ranchers aren't people that are against global warming or the climate change cite this as, we don't need the beef anymore. No more cattle. Let's stop because of methane. But methane is a product of what the cows are consuming and going through the stomachs and so on and so forth, coming out. All right.
It's called shit. It's pooping. So, according to ChatGPT, organic waste is the #1 cause of methane in landfills.
There you go.
So, with that in mind, with that knowledge in our hands,
Eat more burgers.
what the fuck? No, not the point. My point is, if we took organic food waste and put it in a fucking worm box, would that...
I've done that.
Thank you. Thank you for your fucking service. If we all did that, if we all had an organic box and it was a federal or state law that caused us to need to put all of our organic food waste in a separate bin that was eaten by worms, would that reduce the anaerobic compost in our landfills? And would there be overarching benefits to that? That's what my bass players, sons. Fuck you. I'm trying really hard. Hey, I'm trying really hard. Significant other is attempting to assess. And yes, can we talk about how...
It's already been assessed.
So I love that I'm drunk right now because this is really poignant. Every time that I have engaged with my bass player's son's significant other, I have failed. I live in a generation where the concepts of, LGBTQ plus and non-binary and those things, they didn't exist. So I try to focus, and I really want to be respectful, and I really want to be understanding, and I really do respect the individual's right to choose who they are. I really do. However, when I'm drinking, it's your cognitive wherewithal is not what it should be, or not what it is at its peak. And I always wake up the next morning feeling like I failed that person. It's a personal thing. I mean, obviously they're very, very gracious and very understanding, but it weighs on my mind. It does. It super does. And I'm not going to apologize. However, I do want to do and be better. Not because I feel it is right or that I feel that is necessary, but I feel that it is important to respect others and their personal space and their beliefs. that has nothing to do with what we were talking about, but I really wanted to get that out. It felt good.
I applaud you.
Thanks, bro. And so,
Damn your hair.
damn your hair. So, do you have anything to add about worm boxes and decomposition and?
It's such a huge topic.
Yes, it is. We are. Hey,
Climate.
Goonies
Okay.
never say
All right.
die.
So many decades ago, we went through school. They taught this. They said this was going to happen. It didn't. Then they taught something else, and it didn't happen either. My boys are in school right now, and they're teaching them something else. And guess what? It hasn't happened yet. So I know it's difficult to wrap your mind around, but are we fabricating these fears, or is this an actuality that we need to prepare for?
How many things that we are afraid of are a construct of political seesaw?
Well, we do live in capitalism, the land of capitalism.
And
right?
we live in a democratic republic
Mhm.
that requires a lot of political oversight.
And fear. Did you know this pen is going to erode in the next 3 months, and it's going to have holes in it and it won't be able to write?
Did you know that my pen is going to last for fucking ever because it's a fucking pen? Calm down.
And this glass is going to have polka dot sized holes in it all the way through, and it won't be able to hold anything anymore, right? You watch just about anything in wherever, streaming, cable, there's no, well, what is it besides that? Satellite?
Everything. The universe of things. We call it the So
QVC is trying to sell you on everything.
So nerds who are into infrastructure call it the Internet of Things.
Okay. So everything in the Internet of Things is trying to convince and promote and just get you to buy the next and the best.
Ideas and thoughts are so prevalent nowadays. So when I was a kid, I only knew what my friends told me. Now, if you're a kid at the age I was then, you have access to literally all the information on the planet. There is so very little that you cannot access.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you decide what's correct? What is right? What fits into your cultural norms? What matches your ideology? How do you determine what is right?
As a child?
Yes, growing into adulthood.
Yes.
Please, oh my gosh, psych, please solve this for me now.
I'm happy to. Nothing would bring me greater pleasure.
Nothing would bring me greater pleasure. I'm sorry. Everybody, a moment of silence. Psych will solve.
Easy. All right. You have to have multiple people in the child's corner. You need to have multiple people. I mean, regardless of what you think of Hillary Clinton, right?
Or Donald Trump.
It does take a village. There should be a parent and a grandparent and another grandparent and another grandparent and aunts and uncles.
How many grandparents do you have?
Lots. Yeah, multiples. So you get all of those people and they surround this being, this young life that is growing, and they nurture and they provide them everything they need. And wants aside, just what they need. And sometimes that means sheltering them from what they need later. You need this later. You don't need it now. Later, you'll get this. We'll give that to you later. It's not going to be a no forever. It's just going to be a no for now. And all of those things, if you can contain them, it'll work. But you have to funnel all of the information and all of the lessons. You have to curate them in a fashion that they receive that information just as you intended. Otherwise, hey, I saw a picture. Let me think about this. Oh, okay, that means, but it might not mean that at all. So unless you're hyper vigilant, you can filter and curate all of the information they receive. If you don't have that energy or that time to put into that activity, then those results are not going to be garnered from that.
No. That is created from a perspective of trying to micromanage the growth of your child. I don't disagree with that. I think that, there's this big...
Okay, stop. Why would you not try to micromanage the growth of a child?
So here's the thing. So you have this argument about who's in charge of the child's growth. Is it the public school system, or is it the parent?
We know the answer.
Yeah, no, you know the answer.
No, we know the answer.
Okay, we know the answer.
No, not us. Phrase your question again. Say it again.
No. Who should be in charge of deciding the development of a child?
Yes. And we know that should be afforded to the parent.
Yes, that we know. I agree with you. I agree. But not everybody feels that way. This is why you get this liberal indoctrination in public schools.
No, I disagree. I don't think everyone believes that.
Of course, not everyone believes that, but enough people believe it to where you have situations where you see teachers on the media with Antifa flags in their classrooms, in their grammar school classrooms, and seemingly indoctrinating kids into their ideology. But the parents aren't stopping it because they are believing that the public school system is taking care and fostering their kids.
Okay.
Silence ensues on the conversation.
That is, wow. That personally,
Yeah.
that's not what I have experienced professionally.
Or what you would want to expect.
Correct. A parent, anyone who's a parent, there's ownership. There's, that's mine. That's my blood. That's my child.
Yeah.
Those are my children.
I think you...
That connection, I don't want to allow.
I hate to say this out loud. Let me cover my face with my hair.
Oh my. You're covering my poker table with it. Your computer. Oh my.
So
we'll clean this up next episode.
So I think that you are creating a perspective based on personal belief.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
However,
I expressed that.
Yeah.
I said based on, that's how it started.
I think that a lot of people believe that they can and should hand their children over to the public school system, and that they should come out the way that the country expects it to.
So this week I was listening to a podcast and they called public school government school.
No, congratulations. Public school is government school. It is literally Government subsidized.
Yes,
But
but
podcast is a fucking genius. Can I have the name of the podcast
yes, I will tell you
later?
Yes.
Because it's so dumb. It's fucking stupid. God damn it. How?
No, but you think no?
Hey,
stop. Hold
white is white.
No, stop it. Because in their defense, if you go to Target, it's a public store. It's open to the public, so anybody can go, right? But what they don't perceive is that Target, or in this case, the public school, is run by the government. People, when you change the language,
No, that's business versus.
now, most people now, okay, so if English is not your first language and you come here and you hear public school, but the country that you came from is much different, and government means something you want to avoid, but you put your kids in the public school, which is run by the government.
Because you have much fucking choice. It's the
Now, there are choices available.
now, maybe if you have. No,
Oh my.
I'm having a hard time with this because public school is public school.
The way you know it, yes.
Education is a right. Public school
Yes.
creates that right.
It is an entitlement, correct, but it is run by the state you live in.
That's not unentirely true. We live in a very liberal state where freedom of education is a right.
Yes, and so, well, even homeschoolers, right?
Oh, you were homeschooled, yeah. Give me your perspective on that.
Well, did you know that used to be illegal
Where?
everywhere?
I would make it illegal if I was trying to indoctrinate children into the public school system.
And so, would it upset you to know that the government that maintains this country that we gain every freedom from did not want it?
No, because I totally get it. A government is designed to foster government. So I'm sure I made this comparison before.
Make it again.
Yes, please. All society.
And thank you.
all society is a conceptual design by a very small group of people to convince the masses to foster their ideals. Let's build this pyramid. Let's construct this mausoleum. Let's create this vomitorium, which is not what you think it is. Let's indoctrinate the society. That is society. That is government is created to build what the masses can do, but the few cannot. So in that instance, in that understanding, in that concept, yes, it doesn't bother me that government wanted to brush aside all of these erroneous ideas that did not equate to what they believed at the time so that we could all be educated the same way.
Well, ultimately, the Supreme Court disagreed with you.
That's fine too.
And that's
I just know how society
how we
works.
have these options.
Yes.
We have all these options.
So now we have all these options. And now kids can go to private schools. They can go to, what is it? Is it charter. What is the fucking
Public, charter, private,
Can
homeschool.
you, and I'm not asking you this because I want to be snarky.
Ask.
I don't want to be snarky. What's a fucking private school? I mean, no.
Oh my.
What's a charter school?
Let me know next time I need to cover my glass. Please.
Charters.
I mean, I clean everything.
Explain the difference between a public school and a charter school.
Okay, so a public school is, as we know, funded by the state. Charter schools are too. but a little different. So I used to teach at two charter schools, maybe three, and enrollment is optional, right?
Uh-huh.
And you have to seek them out, you have to enroll, and basically it's, by today's standards, if I'm not incorrect, it's a more appropriate,
Advantageous,
no,
better, smarter, clever, more sexy.
just brush your hair back and forth while I think of it. Okay, it's a better version of homeschooling because many of the charter schools allow homeschoolers to enroll, and yeah, I saw that. And they get to take classes, and they're part of in our area, WASC, the Western Association of Schools and Colleges.
Wasp! I love it. Sorry, please.
Yeah, right here in California. And then they get to proceed, especially, this is critical, if you have a middle schooler entering high school and you're thinking about homeschooling. If you ever want them to attend college at a D1 school or proceed to something more Ivy League, you have to be involved in a school that's legitimate. Otherwise, you cannot
I'm sorry.
proceed.
So I have questions. Can I ask questions? Can you explain what a D1 school is? Because
Okay.
So multiple questions.
Yeah. So D1 athletics. If you want. So for me,
Athletics.
As an athlete playing soccer throughout my adolescence and into college, if you have an athlete or a potential athlete that wants to play or get a scholarship or move on to play professional, D1 schools, that's what you want.
So what, D1 is just sports?
For sports, yes.
So what if I'm a fucking nerd?
You can still go to schools that are D1 in sports, yeah.
Next question. How do we differentiate public schools from charter schools in our pursuit for higher education?
Oh, higher education does not exist.
So what the
It's only up until high school.
Wait, hold on. No. Higher education does exist. We're not talking about the same thing.
Yeah, higher education, high school, college, higher education.
Yeah. So how do I get into higher education based on my high school?
Yes, you have to be at an accredited institution.
Is that accredited? So is there a separation between accredited state-funded institution or charter school?
So if this is you here.
I'm round. I'm pretty round. Make me round. Oh no, wait, I'm square. Can you make me square? I am here.
Okay, we're almost
done.
We're almost done.
Yeah. Can you imagine how intelligent we would be if we were not at least one bottle of wine deep?
Okay. So if you're here in this institution,
a square institution,
you cannot. All right. Take a break. Write something. Pen something.
Talk something.
Okay. So if you are outside of high school or any school, you're homeschooled. If you're not involved in any institution whatsoever, then you will not be able to. There's no way. You cannot get into college D1. They do not have your records. They do not have your transcripts. your units, your credits, they're not on there. But if you go to a charter school that identifies with your homeschool or private school beliefs or faiths or whatever, then that works. That's the bridge.
So I'm starting to see I'm starting to see why some conservative beliefs push charter schools. However,
Public school is this. And if you are outside of that and you want options, then charter schools can fill the void. And I've taught at 2, but worked for 3. And yes, they absolutely did that. And for certain classes, and then the parents had the rest of the opportunity to teach everything else.
I am a product of the public school system.
Do you ever imagine what you could have been if you had been in the charter school, homeschool?
So I don't fully understand the charter school. So
I know you don't. That's why you have all these questions.
No, yes. But so I might not be the best person to ask that question. At a very young age, I felt like I was smarter than my parents. So to allow my parents to dictate my education felt like it would have been the wrong idea. I was taking all the AP classes in high school. My senior year, I only stayed in high school because I wanted to be in high school.
Mhm.
Fuck. Even then, I knew this was my only opportunity to be a fucking child, be a kid. I purposely left.
You've never been in a private school?
No. So why would I? I'm fucking 46. Private school didn't exist when I was a kid.
So I went to private school from kindergarten to 2nd grade.
Yeah.
But I'm the oldest 5.
Yeah, fine.
So too many kids for my parents to put through private school.
No.
So I went to public school and all that. College, right? Our own city, Pacific.
UOP.
That's a private school?
It's a private school. I'm sorry that I did not engage in massive amounts of higher education like you. I went to fucking Delta.
You exaggerate. That's hyperbole.
Massive amounts. How much?
You should drown that out. Hyperbole is what he's saying.
How much
Hyperbolic.
private schooling have you encountered in your life? Me? This much. 0%. Let me.
And look at his hair. Unconditioned.
No, I conditioned today. I did.
Doesn't it look like?
Fuck you. So, I have a really hard time with the whole concept of parental education because
You should not.
no.
Most should not. That's a problem.
Yeah, I would tend to disagree. We could ask ChatGPT.
So you say parental. Are you talking about 1 or 2 parents?
No, parents versus a number of parents versus public education. I turned out amazing with public education.
And how many parents?
I got 2.
Okay.
Please speak your piece. Why?
No, I think I did.
No. Please expunge.
You had 2 parents.
I did. They're still alive.
And turned out amazing with hair that's shedding everywhere.
And hey, comment, subscribe. Comment specifically about how my hair is.
I mean, he's a little fidgety. We'll take him.
Oh, love my hair.
We love him.
I'm super fidgety. Hey, no.
You have a loving home, 2 parents, supportive, invested in your success. That is not everyone's story.
But my question is not about single income households. It's about whether or not public school versus homeschool, is there an advantage?
Yes.
Talk to the advantage.
Homeschoolers typically have 2 parents. Public schools usually have 1.
Okay, that's fine. You're separating the percentage.
The advantage is
success. Talk to me about success.
The successful students usually have 2 parents investing in their lives over time. And the percentage of homeschoolers who enter that realm against their will, for the most part, as a student, have 2 parents in the household.
Sorry. Wow, I'm drunk. I can't spell succeed. Question mark.
It's got 2 C's.
Thank you. According to ChatGPT. So, success rates between homeschooled and public school students can depend on how you define success.
Yes.
In quotes.
Yeah. Now,
apparently there's no fucking answer. Fucking ChatGPT.
This handwriting reminds me of my father. Yeah.
I studied architecture. My handwriting is fucking great. I closed my computer. So since I'm producing this episode, I have to open it back up.
However, so yeah, ChatGPT did not prescribe you an answer because ChatGPT is not involved in angering the masses. And the vast amount of data and information that we have involving families and children and students and school overwhelmingly show that and display in every facet of their livelihood and lives that children with 2 parents do better than with 1. And it's alarming and upsetting to hear. But if you have, let's say you have an athlete and you have a trainer and you have a coach, you have 2 people. An athlete supported by a trainer and a coach would presumably do better than just an athlete over here with a trainer. 1. That's all it is. It's not talking about if gender aside, man and woman aside, doesn't matter who's supporting the student or the child. They have 1.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And yes, and when you're talking about homeschooling, obviously the semantics are someone staying home to school the child. Somebody has to earn enough money to produce the situation. I get it.
And I live that life. And we can talk about it later in detail if
the next
if
time,
the audience is interested.
Yeah, there's no audience. So the next time on the conversation, Psych's going to choose the topic, which obviously I chose no topic, but he can choose to discuss this further. This was a really good conversation. We had no direction. No direction.
Like your hair.
No direction.
I'm so upset right now about this. We're going to talk later. But, okay, go ahead.
However, join us next time when we discuss whatever Psych decides to discuss.
No remorse. He's got no remorse.
Whether it be climate change or 2 parents or the fact that I have amazing hair that almost has its entire full color at 46.
It's all going off. It's all. That's all.
meaningful conversation. Next time on the ConverSAYtion podcast with Leonard Kane, psych, please join us.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Bam, son. That's all that matters.
This guy. That was good, though.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, the wine was good.